Welcome to the Take It Home podcast. The podcast so bad we really should just take it home. I am one of your hosts, Doc Simmons. You can find me on all social media at Doc Simmons17. I am joined by the whole crew tonight. I'll give the hot tag to my partner to introduce himself.
Yes, sir. Zach Hendricks. Find me on all social media at Z Hendricks Brand, or you can find me and Doc at Country Air Official or Country Air Brand. Your choice. Put it in Google and see what pops up. So now I'll pass it along to Gunner.
What's up? I'm Gunner Wicks. You can find me on all the social medias at Gunner Wicks. I will pass it off to my favorite referee, Perch.
And I'm Perch. You can find me at PerchXLV, # for the ref brand, and Waffles. Take It Home podcast.
Yes, sir. Waffles all around. Waffles all around. How were the breakfasts this weekend, fellas? Did we eat
Breakfast were wonderful. I got to see what a pancake machine was like.
well?
Nice.
That's interesting. It was like a what is that, Ruth Goldberg machine for pancakes? like at the beginning of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I love that movie.
Did everything you thought it would be.
Everything I thought it would be, but smaller, unfortunately.
It
It was a simple, press of the button, and in this whole contraption, you get to see it make it, and it's pretty cool. You get 2 cakes in about a minute flat. However, talk about silver dollar pancakes, more like 10.5 pancakes.
Oh, really?
Oh, they were good though. But yeah, so small. I could have taken down at least 18-20 stack.
Oh, wow. Oh, dang. That is not much to fill up a man who's got a busy weekend.
we settled for 2 and 4 respectively.
Like, I not so much on the breakfast front because I just mostly worked early, so but did have lots of delicious canes this weekend, so that was yes.
Ooh,
Did I
that
hear
cane combo.
yes it was. I had lots of the Big Red Machine for breakfast.
Nice.
Yep. But yeah, like all our social medias, like this podcast, share, subscribe, all that, because now apparently PWI knows we exist. So do that for us. That's appreciated.
Correction. PWI knows you exist.
No, hey, they said they knew about the podcast, so that includes y'all.
True, but it's because of you, so you get the credit.
Not at all. But why don't we start as we usually do? Perch, why don't you let them know what the banger of the week is?
Oh, banger of the week this week. This one really hits home, especially driving down those Midwestern roads with beautiful landscapes on beautiful fall afternoons. The Road and the Radio, Kenny Chesney, comes in at this week's banger of the week.
Big Kenny Chesney guy.
Yeah, he's an acquired taste, but if you give it a chance during the summertime or the changing of the seasons here in Wisconsin, Kenny Chesney can hit like none other.
All right,
and
mood music. Yeah,
The Road and the Radio is a good spot to start.
Okay. No, definitely. I think some artists are better at certain times of the year than others. I think 311 is a banger in the summer. The rest of the year, but yeah, I feel you on that. Okay, I'll give it a try. Worst thing that could happen, I'll throw on some drug dealer music or something. I don't know.
Yep. If that's the worst that can happen, we're in pretty good shape.
Yeah, like we don't always know every song here on the banger of the week, but hey, give it a try. You never know. And I will make that Spotify playlist here soon.
And
Hopefully
and
this
for
week, since we got the time.
and a song like "The Road and the Radio," that one will hold up in the bangers. So it definitely does its own. For those who know it, they know, and those who don't, give it a try.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll find you like it.
Yep, discover something new about yourself. All right. So glad to have everybody here. It's been a crazy couple weeks for all of us. Why don't you tell me what you've been watching, Pretty Eyes, Gunner?
uh, well, right now I'm watching Raw, which is okay, I guess. Let's see. I feel like I've watched some stuff, but I don't remember what it is. Um, yeah, I'm drawing a blank on this one. I've done a lot of wrestling lately, if that counts, but we'll get to that later.
Oh, we will get to that later. Very excited to hear about it.
But yeah, I've just been watching some WWE stuff for the most part, and some AEW stuff on like their YouTube clips and whatnot. I have not seen the pay-per-view, which I want to see eventually. But yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, you need to check that out. You're one of those Punk fans. You should watch that one.
Yes, I am. Big fan of the ice cream bars.
Yeah, that was a good move. Perch, have you had a chance to watch anything?
You know, with you touched on it with the busy weeks that we've been having. I've been trying to put in some studying and learning from some of the history of some wrestling in wrestling venues. So I was looking back at some old Berwyn Eagles Club footage
Oh, okay.
and watching some AAW from like 2015.
Okay.
Tommy End with his whole entrance they caught behind the scenes, which was sweet, and then going out to the through the curtain. So I got to get a feel for, what it was like in that time frame and what the crowd for an AAW show was like at Berwyn Eagles Club. And he went up against Tommaso in a in a banger.
Yeah, that was about the time when I started going to AAW shows, but I was going to the ones in LaSalle. Never made a Berwyn show. Before they stopped going there. Good times, great crowds there though at that time. What a time to be getting into wrestling, knowing what we know now. What
Yeah, no joke. Knowing what we know and the experience and the history and seeing it was pretty cool. And I watched the next day, AEW on TNT, and who's the first person out is Malachi Black. So just seeing that frame of reference from a 2015 at the Berwyn Eagles Club, and the entrance to fast forward 5-6 years later, here he is on the main stage for AEW after having already spent time in NXT, WWE, a career that a lot of people would work for. Just a cool perspective to
Yeah.
put in front of us to see, and really enjoyed that. Before he took the head off of the Natural, then he it went bad. But it was a good AEW though. Love the back and forth with CM Punk and Taz standing up. Like, you best not be saying any of my team. It's like, no, he didn't.
He's like, not at all, brother.
But before you can even think to yourself, you're like, oh, that son of a bitch is good.
Yeah.
He is instigating this one. It was great. Just perfectly done. Taz getting what he wants.
Yep. Hey, that's what your manager's supposed to do. What your manager's supposed to do. Go get you those matches.
Yep. It was so good, so well done, by any means necessary, by putting his own team in his mouth.
Yep.
Oh, I loved it. And just to see, that crowd go nuts is so cool. And then that finale with Mox against Suzuki was just the grand entrances all the way to the final credits. It was such a treat of was it 15, 20 minutes that we got? Whatever we got. It was
Yeah,
just-
we did not get that long, brother.
no, but yeah, the entrance was probably a good couple minutes and
Yeah.
matches. So call it whatever it was. From the moment that they shifted gears to now we're at the Moxley and Suzuki match, the whole presentation from start to finish was wonderful.
No, yeah.
However much of that was the match, I liked it. I'm sure there's more in store.
Hope so.
But I love that whole presentation. I was jacked.
No, yeah, it was a good one. Definitely wish they would have gotten more time, but I think they made the most of it. I know a lot of people are sad about it, but I think they made the most of the time they had. It was a good one.
Yeah.
Give me a longer one on pay-per-view. It seems like Suzuki's going to be here for a while. I hope he comes back. I mean, really, I want to see him work other people. I mean, I've seen him and Mox work. But like, if you're gonna bring Suzuki over here, I'm a huge fan. I want to see him work everybody. Like, I'm done with Mox. Had that. Give me him and Malachi. Give me him and MJF. Give me, him and Jericho. There are so many others out there that I'm happy that he's here. Happy that he's here.
Oh yeah, the Suzuki tour. It's underway. We got him and Gresham coming up in LA. Woo!
That'll be a good one.
I can't wait.
Zach, what have you been watching this week?
I caught a little bit of that Ring of Honor pay-per-view. Josh Woods with that amazing suplex to finish off Jonathan Gresham. Very fun, very technical match, but like that's what you expect between Josh Woods and Jonathan Gresham. Gresham lost, but made his intentions cleared right at the end of the pay-per-view, shaking hands with Bandito, letting him know he's coming for the belt. Roxy getting crowned as the women's champion at 19 years old. That's such a cool moment. Or even the Rumble with Alex Zane being the surprise entrant number 16 and going over. I was kind of a shocked on that one. Anyone catch that Ring of Honor pay-per-view?
I have not caught that yet. I am looking forward to watching that. I did see some of the surprises in some of the clips, but I am really looking forward to watching that one.
Did you see Danhausen, Zach?
Sure did.
Was it amazing?
It's everything you expect from Danhausen, like very entertaining. The match I really looked forward to was Lee Moriarty with versus Tony Deppen and them. Was it Violence by Design? No, that's TNA.
Violence Unlimited.
Yeah, there we go. Homicide, Tony Deppen, I can't think. Chris Dickerson, like those guys are just a presence to be known. And knowing that Lee Moriarty just got signed, we talked about that last week, and I see him still in the Ring of Honor ring. Like wrestling's a fun time to be alive right now.
Definitely so much good wrestling going on. So many good pay-per-views going on. We are blessed at the moment.
Hashtag blessed.
Too blessed to be stressed. Was that it, Zach?
Other than that, just like watching Dark and Elevation, can't really pick, but like not as much as I'd like to, but that was pretty much the main thing was the Ring of Honor pay-per-view.
No, definitely. I will say, since nobody said it, AEW Rampage, that Andrade versus Pac match.
I didn't see it, but I heard about what happened after. If everyone watched, I was gonna ask. I guess I had a question about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did anyone else feel like him turning on Chavo was kind of quick?
Wow, spoilers. I'm kidding.
Yes, but I think it was done because they want to go in a different direction.
Yeah.
Because he's really good. That match was amazing.
Dude,
But
the jump he did on the outside to Neville and like where he was going for a quick second and bust a 360 spin.
mhm,
Wild.
that hesitation, like both of those guys have such amazing control. They're consummate professionals. That was such a good match. Yeah, maybe the turn's quick, but I think that's because I think they feel like maybe Chavo was hindering him, and they're just going to go in a different direction.
That makes sense.
Think what else? I mean, that's really the big thing that sticks out in my mind. Started watching the Super Junior Tag League in New Japan. It's going pretty good. World's cute, Bullet Club's cutest tag team, Taiji and El Phantasmo are great. Cut a really good promo on Roppongi 3K after they got the W. El Phantasmo is highly underrated on the mic. But I think that's about all I watched this week. Yeah, just Junior Super Tag League and that Pac Pac Andrade match. I can't remember what happened on Dynamite last week. Oh no, Suzuki. Oh yeah. Last Wednesday was Suzuki Mox, which was great. Yeah, love Suzuki. That whole show was good though. But if we're done with that, why don't we talk about what we did this past weekend? And we'll start with the man who said he did so much, Gunner.
I don't know if I'd say I did so much, but I did do some wrestling this weekend at Summerfest, which was pretty freaking cool. Because 2 years ago we were at Summerfest with BCW, and I did not get to wrestle. I think that was like right before I started wrestling matches. And last year, obviously, the pandemic happened, so didn't go. But this year, I got to wrestle there, and not just wrestle some random match, but wrestle with the title around my waist, both before and after both matches I had, which is the way that's going to stay for quite some time. I wrestled Chuko twice, both nights. Won both of them, obviously. Chuko is a great dude to wrestle. I could wrestle him like every day, and it would be fun. Me and him, I think very similar when it comes to a lot of stuff, and I think we have pretty good chemistry in the ring, and we got to do some pretty cool things out there. The Summerfest crowd is kind of interesting because people are there for like music and not wrestling. So the wrestling is kind of like the side attraction almost. And it's kind of funny, like both at the beginning and end of my matches, I get on the rope and do the whole raw thing with like the title and whatnot. And like just kind of like looking around at the people, you have like some people who could not give a shit. You have you have some people that are kind of cheering for it, like they kind of like it or they're kind of there, whatever. And you got like those like, I don't know, maybe like 5, maybe 10% of people who are just like blasted out of their minds, just super drunk, like roaring with me, and it's just like funny to me. But yeah, that's what I did this weekend.
No, yeah, the Summerfest crowd is definitely an interesting one. Yeah, it's not really wrestling fans, not really, or not like a house show wrestling fans.
No, not at all.
You
It was
know,
like even different than other like fair shows that we do. It felt
yeah,
like I don't know. The crowd was like kind of quiet, or at least like more silent than I am used to, I guess. So like sometimes it's kind of weird when something happens and it's like dead silent. Well, not dead silent, but there's like not like a pop or anything where you would expect there to be one. And it's kind of like, oh man, what the hell? But then you do something and then they like do pop for it, and it's like, oh man, what the hell? So
I mean,
So yeah,
so like also with them, it's the setup. They aren't close to the ring,
yes, they're very far away.
so you have to project even more to get to that first row of people, and you have to push that energy like that much further back to reach them. It's like
Very true.
it's like especially like the people in the bleachers, like they are so far away. Like so it makes it harder to have that connect sometimes.
Yeah, and that reminds me too. Both for like a lot of fair shows, you kind of enter in like close to fans. Like the other weekend at Portage County, I don't think I was on the podcast last week, so I didn't talk about it at all. But yeah,
You
the
can
other
talk
weekend,
about Portage. You can talk about Portage.
oh hell yeah, Portage County has a special place in my heart because that is where I first had my first debut match. Sorry, someone's trying to beat me up in my residence. That's where I had my first debut match, and so every time we go back there, it's kind of cool to like just kind of reflect on where I've been and stuff. So I've been wrestling for like 2 years, and I celebrated by almost killing my girlfriend and spearing her in half. It was
great.
amazing. It was very great. And normally for those things, like you would assume a man of my size, like killing a small woman that almost resembles a child would get booed, but it did not. It got cheered, and that made me happy. But I
Portage,
forgot where I
big
was going
fans
with
of
all
murder.
this. Yes, big fan. Dude, those kids at Portage County are gnarly, dude.
Yeah.
I have not heard like so much vulgar language like come out of such small people like so often in my life. I won't even repeat the things that I've heard them say. But I'm glad I was a face this last week and not heel, because I did not get any of the vulgar language towards me. But it was, dude, it's unreal. They need to do better parenting up there in Portage County. So that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah, it's a rough neighborhood up there.
Very rough. But before I got on a tangent, where I was going with all this was so like sometimes for fair shows you like have to force your way through a crowd of people to get to the ring, which I had to do at Portage County and at Summerfest. And both weekends, like usually when my entrance music, like the beat drops, I do a very loud scream of sorts. And and shut up. And at Portage County, I did it right behind like an old lady, and I'm pretty sure I made her shit her pants. And at Summerfest, I did it right behind like, I don't know, an 8-year-old kid. Pretty sure he shit his pants too. So those were like the two highlights of my last
The
2
brown
weekends.
noise. I've heard about this.
Yeah, I can hit that pitch just right. One of my many talents.
How do you think he starts so many riots?
That's why
That's
I've been winning so much lately. It's very hard to face me when you shat your pants just minutes prior.
Yeah, good strategy. Good strategy.
Yep.
Let's save Perch for last. He's probably got the longest one. Zach, let's talk about our weekend.
Sure, yeah, we started off Thursday by also at Summerfest. We got to main event Summerfest against an old rival of ours, the Luxurious Ones, in the combination of Maverick Bone and Baxter Belafonte.
Oh yes. It's my second match with Back since he's been back, and it's been fun. I really miss kicking that guy in the face. Really miss being in the ring with him.
Definitely
Very
fun.
kickable face.
I think last time we wrestled Mav and Bax, I think our last match before COVID happened was actually us versus Maverick and Baxter and Lapika. So it's cool to go from like Lapika's lounge out to main event Summerfest. And the winners got a number one contendership for the Bruce City Tag Titles. Which Gunner, you want a spoiler?
Do you like?
Yes.
we
No.
went
But
over.
sure.
Country Air won that match to become the number one contenders for the Brew City Tag Titles. So tell
Yeah.
them what we did Friday.
When was this?
Third.
Summerfest.
When did you have your title shot yet? I don't remember.
Oh, well, Zach, why don't you tell them if we had our title shot?
Well, the title shot didn't happen until Friday.
Oh.
Oh, I remember Friday now.
Where we made
You
it
were involved in at least one of those matches.
I was. I remember some ruckus going on. I really know what was happening. Ran to the ring to try to, I think, save you, Doc, from being hit with a steel chair or something. Or
Oh,
maybe
well,
you
you were
already
late.
were.
Yeah,
Well,
you were late. You were way late.
like you said, the ring is far away from like anything. It took me a while to rain down there. So sorry. I tried.
Pretty sure Doc and I hit we worked a Dysfunction and Joey Avalon for their Brew City tag titles. Match was going fairly well, I believe. I would say, wouldn't you, Doc?
Yeah, I think it was going great.
I mean, we even caught Joey Avalon with "How I Learned to Stop Wearing and Love the Bomb."
Yep. AKA
What did you just say?
That's a new move. That power bomb cutter we do. We named it "How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb."
Wow.
That's the new thing.
I think I like Powerbomb Cutter better.
No, you're just uneducated.
You just have to.
That could very well be the case.
Trust me.
I will not dispute.
Trust me. Anybody who knows How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb is a much better name.
Oh, I do not know.
Like, I'm sorry, I'm a fan of references that only 6 people get, but those 6 people know that this is a much better name.
I just need to at least get it explained to, because I don't even know.
Oh, it's a movie.
I was gonna say, was Zach one of the 6 people?
No, I figured he didn't know what it was, but he was just trusting me. He never knows what I name all our moves, and I know he doesn't know what the reference is, but he just goes with it, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, what a good tag partner.
But it's a basically Cold War-esque dark comedy from the 60s or 50s, one of them.
So back when Doc was like 5.
Yeah.
Giving away his age there a little bit.
Perch was about 7.
It's like I'm timeless. I was 5 every time.
I can't say I watched too many dark comedies or whatever it was from the 60s.
No, this is a goodie. You should check it out. Definitely recommend it. Doctor Strangelove or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Everybody, we'll do a banger movie of the week as well now.
We hit
Oh, that's a good one. That's definitely a good one. I haven't seen it, but I'm definitely in for the banger of the week for the old movies.
For movies.
For a few dollars more, it was my banger of the week from last week. God, what a good Western. 64 or something, 65.
Yeah.
Damn good.
We hit the How I Stopped Worrying and Love the Bomb. And we were about to get that 1-2, but then Dysfunction.
And then Gunner was late.
Yeah, this is where Gunner was late because Dysfunction came in, hit me in the gut with the chair, hit Doc in the gut with the chair, hit me in the back with the chair, hit Doc in the back with the chair. So that's 4 chair shots. 4 chair shots too late, Gunner.
Well, sorry, I had my match before that. And, I was drinking my water, wiping my face down with a towel, getting the paint out of my eyes. I had other things going on too, okay?
No. We could have been tag champs, but instead we ended up going into a battle royal. And one of us have won that battle royal.
Do you like spoilers, Gunner?
I remember this spoiler, so go ahead.
Well, 6 time, because yours truly, became the Summerfest 2021 champ. That belt is tightly sitting in my closet next to my 2019 Fireman's Picnic Award championship.
It was a long time coming.
Got them both sitting in the closet.
Do you have them like in a display case, or are they just kind of laying around?
I heard if you keep them under your bed, no monsters come. So it's probably where I have them.
I feel like the opposite of that is true, but we'll see.
Yeah. So we didn't win the tag belts, but Zach at least walked away with that. And then Saturday, we made the trip to ARW out there in good old Indiana.
Yes, sir. We went to ARW Pro. Got to the arena and was told there's no tag opponents for us. So we sat around, drank a bit, and then we were watching the show. And Max Holiday, surprisingly, was getting jumped by 3 people. Don't know why Doc thought it was a good idea, but we decided if anyone was going to hurt Max, it'd be us. So we ran in to save him.
Look, if I'm on a show, ain't nobody kicking Max's ass but me.
That's fair.
So we found ourselves.
So we went out there and had to clear house from the family. And you know what? We had ourselves a tag team match. Shout out to Teddy Long.
Spoiler alert, who won?
Your mama's favorite tag team.
Killer Instinct?
Killer Instinct's dead.
Yeah.
You're right.
Where have
You're
they
right.
been?
One of us has been doing quite well. I cannot speak for the other.
Well, Chucky's been having a great career. How have you been?
Chilling on my couch, watching Raw, and on the weekends, I'm late to save my friends. That's what I've been doing.
Oh, yeah. Sounds like a horrible life. So,
Do not recommend.
Country Air made their debut down there at ARW against the family. Ivan and Braun the Lumberjack, I believe.
I believe so.
Yes, I believe it's Braun. Great, fun match. Got some new things I will definitely be adding into the arsenal more from that match that I'm very excited to see how it looks.
I learned off that match, things to, we develop into, but that match definitely good. A lot of learning, really fun. Definitely we're going to be back at ARW October 9th. And
Can I come?
Sure.
Cool. Continue.
Put it in your calendar. Don't be late. Don't be 4 chair shots late, Gunner.
Let me pencil that in right now so I make sure I make it.
Thank you. So Perch, why don't you talk about your week? Can't even call it a weekend.
Yeah, it's been a really back-to-back weeks of nonstop good wrestling action. Been doing Thursdays as well. Starting with last Thursday, AAW at Logan Square Auditorium. Unbelievable opportunity and atmosphere. Especially Logan Square. I mean, that was a spot that we, had started helping out and getting opportunities and learning seminars there. It was awesome to be back there again. But yeah, Chicago wrestling has been going nuts. And yeah, that started with last week, like on the 2nd of September. And then the 3rd had a freelance show. Freelance, BLP, and GCW were putting together a big weekend of shows. So we had freelance on Friday and then BLP, Black Label, on Saturday, and got some just awesome matchups all the way around. And then Sunday was the Effie's Big Gay Brunch show that closed out that first week of September, and just, phenomenal matchups and great opportunities working with people that don't get to normally.
Was there waffles?
Yeah.
It was a brunch, so yeah.
Yeah. There were waffles and croissants.
Ooh.
I definitely got down on some of those croissants.
Gotta love a good croissant.
Oh, and they were massive too. People underestimated me as a bread eater, especially when it comes to a show or camp, and been known to take down a whole
Oh yes.
baguette.
Just say, yep,
during a-
I've seen that with my own eyes.
Yep.
Perch is wow.
We are not sponsored by this, but I will go ahead and say this. Williams Sonoma croissants. Buy those. Those are really freaking good.
Ooh.
Do that. Do that now. And also buy the bread from Demented Chucky Bates bread place. his store. Hit up Chucky Bates about his store and then go buy bread from there because that is also very good.
It's good
Probably
bread.
steals loaves from like the mental institution or something. I don't think it's a store, Doc.
Well, whatever. Yo,
I
Chucky
think
is
he's
your bread
committing
connect.
theft.
Chucky is your bread connect. All right. You like bread? Hit up Chuck.
And it's not day old bread. You would think it may be like, day old bread, or maybe he gets what happens to day old bread after a day. Chucky gets it, but no, this stuff is fresh.
Yeah. Hey, if it fell off the back of a truck, I'm not asking questions. All right.
But I would say some banger matchups from that week. That Thursday show got to do a 60-minute match with Fred Yehai and Josh Alexander. It ended up being a draw, so being over the title, it's a 60-minute time limit, and it went all 60, and it was exhausting, and a phenomenal experience and great learning to be with those guys too. The freelance show the next day, Shane Mercer against Craig Mitchell, was a wild match. Craig is a big dude, and seeing Mercer do unbelievable feats of strength, he hit that assault and battery on Craig Mitchell. Unbelievable. It amazes me every time.
It's a good one.
Um,
Especially the fact that he can hit it on anybody. That's what actually makes it a good one.
hits it on anybody at any time.
Yeah. That is not something that you should be able to hit on anybody at any time. So he can.
It's unbelievable, the things that can happen inside the squared circle. The next day at Black Label, matchup was Lee Moriarty against Laredo Kid. That was one that I couldn't imagine a matchup like that for the weekend, and that was one that I got to be in there for and learn from both styles. It was a great matchup, one of my faves from the weekend. And the next day, Devon Monroe against Ashton Starr was a fun one to work on Sunday. Some fun matches, and then fast forward then to last week, another one that started on Thursday. We had Zello Pro for the final baseball field game of the year. That was a good time. Got to ref all 4 matches. Chico against Bryce Benjamin in the main event. And that was kind of a feud going on throughout the baseball season. So it accumulated that night, and the place went wild. It was fun. The next night was Freelance return to Logan Square Auditorium.
Let's see. Shut up.
And that was fun to see everything set up in that arena, from the Freelance faithful and the crowd and the vibe. Just a great night. One of the matches in there was a Cody Lane against Storm Grayson. Really enjoyed that. Storm is on top of his game right now and firing on all cylinders. And then we plugged it in for Lucha for the next 3 days, where I met up with Chuco. Must have been fresh off of working the Summerfest loop, and he hopped on, and I got to catch Chuco for the remainder of the weekend, where he was dropping people with that springboard cutter.
Yep.
Beautiful. He's been using it, and it caught him a bunch of victories over the weekend.
Nice.
Tamale Fest during the day in Rockford, we had tons of lowriders and chromed out cars and just the sweetest looking. Just, we get a car show around here at Oconomowoc, and it's, just a bunch of grandpas with their old cars, just showing them off. They spend their whole life with them. And nothing against it, but you go to a car show down at Tamale Fest, and oh my God, it's just, there's so much life into it. There's lifeblood, and people just loving it, and just more of a party around it. Lots of hydraulics. But we had a day show there that was fun, and then a night show at the Galley Arena, and that was a fun one as well. Arez was in town. Mil Muertes was in town. Psycho Clown was in town. Some great lucha action and great opportunities for learning. And then we closed it out on Sunday at Festival Ravinia, right in Chicago, which is a Mexican independence kind of festival. Big picnic in the park, tons of people, music, and a lot of good matches. A fun tag team match with the Chuco and Rico and Axel, and some of the luchador students, and a cool main event as well. Arrow Boy in there, and Arez, Gringo Loco, Golden Star, Atomico Jr. Just a fun one all the way around. Crowd was going nuts. Good picnic, good food, great weekends, great weeks all the way around.
Nice. Good stuff.
And I missed you guys so terribly much. My God, Portage County and Summerfest, the tears running down the face. But we got to hold our own at different parts of the world, because we're all holding it down for each other and for the betterment of pro wrestling.
Yep.
But I'm glad that you guys had a blast at each one, because the Portage County Fest, as fun as it gets, and Summerfest, my God, is there anything better in Wisconsin? And you get to perform there.
Yep. World-renowned Summerfest. Yeah, it definitely is a great honor to be able to perform there every year. Really appreciate that, Frank.
Loved hearing those stories.
Yep. With that said, I think we can just go ahead and move on to the topic for this week, which I asked y'all like 2 hours ago. With the football season starting, if you could take one wrestler to replace one current player on your NFL team, who would that be? I am going to go with the easy pick for my New York Giants, Daniel Jones. Not saying that I'm ready to leave him, but if there was definitely a weak spot in the Giants, he is an easy one to pick. And I am going to go with the cerebral assassin, Triple H, to be my quarterback. I need a guy that's going to do whatever it takes to win, all right, by any means necessary. It has been a long time since we have been reputable in our own division. So it's time to put in that work. So I would call in Triple H. If he wants to bring the sledgehammer, I'm cool with that as well. All right. I'm just trying to win some games.
That's a good call. Any means necessary.
Yep. I'm just trying to win. What about you, Perch?
Oh man, I don't think he needs to be replaced, but soon his days are numbered, and we love him, and we always have. But as a predecessor to the next replacement, Mason Crosby, if we were to replace him, I would take Randy Orton in a heartbeat. With that kick,
with
and that grab.
I mean, for a second,
every time.
I thought you were going to say Aaron Rodgers there for a hot second. Just fitting the description that whole time.
Oh God, no! Aaron's our savior. I love him, and I love Mason too. He's been there just as long. He's been there, half of my life, half of our lives. I love him, but if he goes into retirement, I would gladly take Randy Orton to replace him, because man, I think he could at least kick a 50-yarder with that punt. Like to see the distance on it.
right. Gunner, just go down the line.
So yep, big Packer fan myself. They did pretty bad this last weekend against they're in Jacksonville against the Saints. Let's see. I don't know if I could pick any single person because they all performed pretty terribly. But I think our defense was quite abysmal, well, and our offense. But if I could replace like everybody on the defensive line with different versions of the Shockmaster from WCW, because we need to start blowing through O lines like he blew through that wall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That is money.
That's my pick.
All right. And
Shockmasters. Get a nice Green Bay jersey with Shockmaster written right on the back. We need to bust through that line.
all right, and to our resident Bears fan.
I guess I would replace our. I guess I'd maybe get rid of our coach and maybe put in Cody Rhodes, a guy who seems like he makes good decisions.
Okay. Hey. Hey. Yeah. Attitude reflects leadership. Starts at the top.
I don't know why we started Andy Dalton over Justin Fields, so maybe
That's
get.
fair.
But yeah.
All right. So I think we can go ahead and just go smooth. Let's just talk about what we got coming up this week. I think a lot of us are together, going a few different places. Why don't we start with Perch?
Yeah, we'll be at the old down in Illinois for Berwyn Championship Wrestling, big comeback. And then Galley Lucha on Sunday for I think Taco Fest. So another fest. Took down about 15 to 20 tacos last weekend. Looking to do the same this weekend.
Very nice. Gunner, what do you got coming up this weekend?
Quite a bit, I think. Friday. Isn't it called Taco Fest for us too?
I don't think it's Taco Fest. I think it's the
Body slams and burritos at the wrestling taco. That's it.
Yeah.
Shout out to whoever made that poster, by the way. Pretty fire. Wink, wink. So yeah, doing that Friday for BCW. Then right after that, like literally right after that show, Fourth Wall Wrestling. Not too far from the BCW venue that night at Buena Vista Resorts, I believe is the name. No idea who I'm facing at BCW that night, but for Fourth Wall, I'm going against Dysfunction, which I am very excited for because I've been wanting to wrestle him for a while. It's finally happening.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. This is your first time?
Yep. First time. I'm
Weird to think. You sound like all of us like probably worked them numerous of times at fair shows.
Yep. It's been a couple of years now and have never once been in a match with them. And I don't think like as far as like battle royals that we have at fair shows and stuff, I don't think I've ever touched them except for at Summerfest when I might have gave him a kick or something. That's about it.
This past Summerfest, no.
If it makes you feel better, probably no one's touched him out Royal.
Yeah.
He's like the king.
You're right.
He goes off. Well, I mean, I guess then technically I touched him this week, but that was because I was the first one.
Yep. Well, yeah, never wrestled him ever. So I'm pretty excited to do that at Fourth Wall. And then Saturday, let's see, we have two shows Saturday too. North Prairie, Autumn Fest or something like that. I don't know all the names of these shows.
Festival?
Yep, but that's it. And then, so that's sometime during the afternoon. I take it. I really don't keep track of these shows until the day they happen, as you can probably tell. And then that night is Elks Lodge, BCW. I believe I have a match against Sir Maverick Boone, which probably going to kill him. I'm guessing there's going to be some shenanigans from some other people, maybe. Because him against me, just one-on-one, we all know what the outcome of that would be. So I'm pretty sure he has some tricks up his sleeves, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
A luxurious ones up his butt.
Literally and metaphorically.
Yes.
So 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday for me, and then taking a rest for the Lord's Day Sunday. Eating some pancakes, I hope.
We hope to. Zach, what's our weekend looking like?
If I'm not mistaken, I believe we will also be at wrestling battles, burritos, whatever.
It's body slams and burritos, bud.
Body slams and burritos will be there. But I'm not sure who we're tagging against, but pretty sure we're tagging, doing something. Hopefully we can get another video for my onlyfans.com. Watch Zach Hendricks eat burritos.
Yep.
After that, we also will be at Fourth Wall, where last month we won the rights to wrestle for the Golden Jackets. So this month we are challenging for the Golden Jackets. It will be your mama's favorite tag team taking on Rough Crossing and Melanie Cruz for those Golden Jackets.
Yes, sir. I think I am going to look so good in that jacket. Can't wait.
Winter is coming, and I need a new jacket.
Question about the Golden Jackets. Are they physical like jackets?
Yeah,
they're like legit jackets.
Yeah.
Do the people that win them get custom made jackets, or is it the same jackets that get like transferred from team to team?
Same jackets that get transferred team to team.
Are these jackets small size or probably a little bit bigger than that?
I'm gonna drown in it.
That's what I was getting at. I was wondering if these are gonna be more like jackets or a dress.
You know what? You're friends with Mario. You make his posters. Hit him up. Let him know we need custom jackets.
Hold up. I don't make posters for Mario. I make posters for BCW sometimes. It's a recent venture, actually. But speaking of Fourth Wall's poster, I'm a big fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, Secret of the Ooze or whatever the hell it's called.
Yes.
So the fact that that poster is referencing that movie, which I did not make. Big fan though. Whoever did make it, I like it.
Yeah, it's a goodie. I too am a big Turtles fan. So yes, I did appreciate that. I am happy to be on this show. Then Saturday, we will be at the Harvest Festival in North Prairie as well.
Stalkers.
What are we doing? Who knows?
I feel like someone knows.
No, they don't.
Isn't it kind of funny that like when it comes to other shows we do, we know what's going on. When it comes to BCW shows, we're like, who knows?
Well,
We'll find out when we get there.
Yep. Well, this time it's on purpose, all right? That we don't know.
Is it?
Yes.
Isn't it always on purpose?
I hope not.
We'll explain later.
Yeah, I'm lost on this one, so okay.
Don't worry about it. But
I can't help but worry about it.
no, it'll be fun.
Oh, something just clicked in my head. I remember now.
Click.
Yep. All right. So then, Mr. It Just Clicked Now, did you have anything that you would like to share or ask the group?
Well, do we not? Hold on. First of all, we skipped Perch on his weekend.
No, I thought we did Perch first.
Oh, wait. Probably. My bad. Sorry.
Did you threw me for a loop? Because I was like, we did skip Perch. And then Doc said, we did them first. I was like, oh, yeah, we did. Do I have a question? Unless if I'm really clever and can come up with something super quick, I don't have a question.
Thank
Does
you
anyone else
always
have a
for
question?
participating, Gunnar.
You're welcome.
You make this podcast great.
All right, question of the week.
Here we go.
If there was one actor or one character in a movie that you take and you use and you carry with you through a match or through every match, who is it, or what character is it? And maybe there's more, but what's one of them? Who is one character or actor that you use for yourself within every match?
Not specifically any one character, but this specific feel of the movie is going to be the Raid Redemption.
Ooh, how so?
Watch it, and I bet you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
I just try to bring that intensity and grittiness that entire movie has, and it's awesome. And I think it's going to be influencing me even more so in the future the more I watch it.
Hell yeah. Yeah, because
That's a very easy one for me.
that overall feel, that grittiness, that creating an aura, creating a feeling. Mm-hmm. I like that. Hell yeah. I remember you telling me about the Raid.
Yep.
And I've probably seen a good at least 20 minutes of it and fallen asleep.
Yep. Yeah, I definitely showed you clips.
Yep. And talk about a good bad guy, a good Rudo in there too.
Yep.
You need a good driving force, and that can really, create a lot of energy for the atmosphere you create. Oh, cool, love it.
And it does have so many wonderful characters that I think are actually just wrestlers in both movies. Actually, oh god, the guy with the machete in the first one is just Chucky. Really, it's just Chucky with a machete. And like you said, the villain in that, grade A villain, ruthless. In the second one, you got Hammer Girl and the baseball kid. Like, those are their names. Like, it does not get more wrestling than that.
Hell yeah. I like that.
The Raid Redemption, definitely.
Yeah, Zach, who do you have? Anyone in particular? Any movie?
Not really a movie. I guess like starting out really thinking character development, and like when I figured out what I was gonna be in wrestling, is more of like a series. And then everyone should, like, I think a lot of guys know it's like Sons of Anarchy was a big influence on how I was developed my character, trying to figure out how mostly Opie and like Jax Teller handled themselves in a way, and trying to see how I could pursue that in the ring.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. G Unit, you got anyone, any movie, any character, anything that you've seen maybe on a silver screen or a TV screen that you use and carry with you?
Maybe not one like in particular, but if I had to name maybe like a few, Thanos. For one, Venom. I like superheroes, can't tell, and super villains.
I know Venom. Venom straight up beast. He's been there my whole childhood, and action figures and stuff too. Sometimes when kids would have mixed action figures, you get a Venom in there, and
yes, Venom is amazing.
Venom was definitely like a crossover action figure. Who was the first?
The dude from the Avengers.
Oh, okay, I'm not familiar.
Oh, Thanos to get the main villain.
Yep. He's maybe heard the line, I am inevitable.
Yeah, that's Josh Brolin.
Okay, but more of a character-wise, as he's, you wouldn't say you're watching Josh Brolin, that's Thanos. He is
for sure.
in that movie. Sure. Yeah, I've seen, not clips, but at least pictures of it.
Yep, maybe, so yeah, those two, maybe a little bit of Shrek from the first movie in particular.
Fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great wrestling action in the first Shrek.
Oh yeah, just the simplicity of it, the story,
Yep.
just the character,
Just
very
monster freaking banging heads together. Yep. Going
Mhm.
through of multiple opponents. He had all the little I don't know what you call them. Little prince dudes running in there. Oh, knights. That's the word. Little knights running in there. He's just tearing through them. Some would say like a one-man riot squad. I don't know. I'd make that comparison though.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, that's the source is where it comes from. I wouldn't have even thought about that, but as soon as you hit it, it's like, oh yeah, you know, it's a
Mhm.
movie that is no wonder that there's 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. It's billions of people, millions of people love it. There's something to it. Okay, oh, that's great. That's
And
great.
and to stick with the superhero theme, a little bit of Daredevil.
The blind guy,
Yes, the blind guy.
Ben
As
Affleck.
far as maybe aesthetics go, yes. And
Okay.
maybe Babyface Gunner to an extent.
Okay.
Ah, I remember him in against Colin Farrell in that movie, and he's pretty
Mhm.
cool, pretty good dude. Ben Affleck as him was all right,
When I
but
was a kid, I loved it. Not so much now. Now that I'm more mature, some would say.
Daredevil's one who in comics is big, right? Like he's a
Yeah. Yep. Um, he's like probably my third favorite superhero. I feel like he's like vastly underrated. Daredevil should be much bigger than he is. It's kind of like Marvel's Batman, but maybe better.
My left shoulder tattoo is based off a Daredevil comic cover.
Really?
Mhm.
I have not paid that much attention to your left shoulder tattoo. I should look at it again next time I'm trying to save you from getting beaten down.
Yeah, maybe if you come a little quicker, when I
Maybe if I'm early next time, I'll have
yeah,
time to observe.
definitely. All right, Perch. Is there somebody you base yourself off of?
yeah, I'd like to watch older movies and stuff too. There'll usually be like a good actor that I like to watch a movie because of, and one who I'd like to go back and watch. Um, Cary Grant is a really cool actor, and just the way he handles himself, the demeanor and the composure. Paul Newman is another guy who I love to ask, or to kind of model after a little bit. Um, Shout out to Tom when he gave us that ride to is it to the Black Horse Bar out in Minnesota.
Yep.
That was the simple question I asked that day was, who's one of your guys' favorite actors? And he mentioned Paul Newman. Opened up the world to how good of an actor he really is, and I've gotten a lot of influence from there since. Jimmy Stewart is another one, a good old school actor. But the thing in common, and Clint Eastwood, as of late, watching some kind of 70s movies, and Lee Van Cleef, the other bounty hunter. I like the way older movies can, have a long drawn out scene, and it's paying attention to everything that makes that scene, whether it's how the angle is shot, or the music going into it, or the simple expressions on how the lines are delivered. I really like that, and I like to get influences from different stuff like that. So I love hearing your guys' influences too. That's awesome stuff. I would have never even thought about, because what we're doing at the end of the day is a performance. It's a sport. It's showmanship. You ask any athlete, what do you do in celebration? They're going to tell you it's based off of something. A lot of what we do is based off of stuff we see. We're wrestling in a squared circle, a ring, a stage, a performance. There's a lot that we can learn from our history and performers that help mold us into what we do. So I love it. Shit, it's good influences, guys. Loved it. Thanks for the question, guys.
Thanks for picking up my slack.
Perch with the save, actually. On time.
Oh, George Clooney too, like the ultimate. Him and From Dusk Till Dawn. It's like that's the definition of maintain your composure and always stay cool.
I was hoping you'd say Perch Clint Eastwood.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Clint, straight
Clint
up.
Eastwood's one
You,
of my
you give me some Clint Eastwood vibes.
Yeah, like I was saying before, for a few dollars more, that movie, he's a a drifter from out of town, a bounty hunter, and just the definition of cool. So yeah, I'm not that I'm working to try and be cool, but to try and maintain a cool demeanor, especially in the ring. No one does it better than Clint.
Definitely. Anybody have anything else they'd like to share with the group? Not. I think that's all, and we can just take it on home. This has been the Take It Home podcast. Y'all be easy. One.